Next point we're going to talk about is how we empower our employees. Our leadership style, management by walking around, also allows us to empower our employees. We do this by using what's called the consultative two strategy, which is where we share a problem with the group as a whole, and then we make a decision that may or may not be consistent with the thinking of the group. The only reason our management decision may not be consistent with the group is if we have to make a tough decision that we know is best for the that may not be a popular decision, but we know is best for the company. And even though a decision may not be popular at the time, we have a mutual respect that we've gained through ourselves and our employees, and we know that they have faith in our decisions. For the most part, our employees are empowered at an advisory level. We feel that our employees' input is vital to our success, and since we are all part of making our customers' lawns luxury lawns. Obviously, with new employees, they'll work their way up from sort of a following level and learning level, but we're always willing to show them the way. We also empower employees with certain tasks at a shared or participated team level, and then absolute levels where we know they can handle the task completely on their own. Next point we're going to talk about is the valued and compensable job factors of our company. The first one is training and experience requirements. We highly value a good work ethic coupled with experience. This is the most important of all our job factors. For our director of marketing, we require at least 2 years of experience. For a mowing and edging specialist, weed termination specialist, and hedge trimming specialist, we require at least 1 year of experience. The only position that we don't require previous experience for is for our leaf raker and bagger, person who helps out clean out the gutters. In order to give our customers a luxury lawn, we must have a team of experts that can give them the best advice, service, and look for their lawns. Next one is responsibility. Each of our team members is responsible for his or her part of the lawn work, and all are responsible for offering great customer service. Our director of marketing is responsible for designing the company website, logo, promotional ads such as door anchors and billboards, which is how we reach most of our customers, and service brochures. They are also responsible for meeting with potential investors, traveling throughout the Tampa area to promote the company, and working directly with the company accountant to budget money, time, and resources. Next is physical demands. As with any lawn care business, the work can be very physically demanding. The demands include, but are not limited to, mowing and edging, pulling and spraying weeds, trimming hedges, raking, bagging leaves, so on and so forth, competitive arm and hand-eye coordination, working with heavy equipment, hauling waste, and being able to lift 50 pounds. We strongly believe that physical fitness and keeping our bodies healthy is a key factor in accomplishing our task and giving our customers our best work within the most reasonable amount of time. Next is the working conditions. For our director of marketing, they have a computer and desk work environment. They work at our home office as well as traveling throughout Tampa to promote the company and meet with our potential investors. Lawn care team, as previously stated, there's repetitive arm and hand movement, being able to lift heavy bags, hand-eye coordination, being on your feet for long periods of time. A big part of this is being able to work in various weather conditions and working with various tools. Safety training and equipment will be provided, such as goggles, earplugs, gloves, and they must be worn during all times and during when any lawn care equipment is turned on. Also, all employees must wear steel-toed boots that can be purchased at any different retailer. Mental demands. Our director of marketing must be creative and work well under pressure, be able to balance design, promotion, and other projects at one time, and must have an up-to-date knowledge of current marketing trends. Our lawn care team must focus more on the physical demands more than mental demands asked of them, which we previously stated. And then finally, educational requirements. At Luxury Lawns, we place more of an emphasis on our work ethic and experience than education, with the only exception of our director of marketing position, which we require at least a bachelor's degree in marketing. We look at their GPA, but for the rest of our positions, we don't have any set standards for education. So now we're going to move on to how we select and hire our employees. In our hiring process, we use a structured interview. As an equal opportunity employer, we feel that this is the fairest way to evaluate all potential employees. Every interviewee will be asked job-related questions. Every interviewee will be asked the same questions, and a standardized scoring key will be used to evaluate each answer. Structured interviews are based on job analysis, and therefore they protect against any potential bias that can be formed through a casual conversation in an unstructured interview. For example, a manager who uses an unstructured interview might hire an employee simply because they have the same hobbies or they like the same movies. This is a poor way to predict future job performance, and the manager could have hired a much more qualified candidate. The interview process also protects our potential employees as well as our company against any adverse impact. Unstructured interviews concentrate on general intelligence, education, and training, whereas our structured interviews concentrate on job knowledge, job skills, applied mental skills, and interpersonal skills. We believe that all of the job factors that we value at Luxury Lawns can easily be accomplished by any applicant. Another advantage to the structured interview is that it does not produce racial or gender similarity issues that occur with an unstructured interview. We do not discriminate against race, gender, or people with disabilities, and hire based only on our potential employees' qualifications. Although some may see a structured interview as more difficult than an unstructured interview, we believe that this approach gives each of our interviewees an equal chance. Anything and everything that we need to know about our qualifications can be gathered through this process. In addition to using a structured interview in our hiring process, we also use job knowledge tests and experience ratings to select our employees. For our director of marketing position, we also use the applicant's GPA in the selection process. These tests tap into our valued and principal job factors that we discussed earlier, which allows applicants to know what to expect during the hiring process. Once all of the tests have been scored, we use the process of slide banding to hire our employees. What is slide banding? Slide banding attempts to hire the top test scorers while still allowing some flexibility for affirmative action. It does this by taking into consideration the degree of error associated with any test score. So even though an applicant may score 5 points higher than another applicant, the 5-point difference might be the result of an error rather than any difference really in ability. To figure out how many points apart those two applicants can be before saying their test scores are significantly different, we use a statistic called standard error, which is here, and we won't really go into that. That is the formula that you use to find out that error. So to come up with that statistic, you must use the reliability and standard deviation from your test and plug it into formula. So say for example, our standard error was 5 points. We would then multiply 5 points by 1.96, which is like a standard score associated with a 95% level of confidence. I know there's a lot of numbers thrown at you, but stick with me. Because the standard error of our test is 5, test scores within 9.8 points, which is 5 times the 1.96. So anybody who scores within 9.8 points of each other are considered to be equal applicants. We would then start with the highest test score and subtract 9.8 from it. All applicants within this band would be considered statistically the same, and we can choose an employee from that band, that 9.8 point range. We would then start a new band at the second highest test score and subtract 9.8 from it, so on and so forth. As you can see, this process allows us to choose from our top candidates, and since we are free to hire anybody within that 9.8 band or whatever the points may be, we are able to hire a minority that may have not scored as high as other applicants. That being said, we do not only hire minorities within a band that would be legal. Instead, our affirmative action goals are only a factor in selecting applicants from a band. We believe that this selection method gives us the best balance between adverse impact issues and balancing utility. So if you're looking for a job that allows you to work with your hands and take pride in your work, Luxury Lawns is the place to be. Any questions? Yes, sir.
In the selection and hiring, how do you deal with illegal immigrants?
Illegal immigrants? That's a good question. Well, everybody must be a U.S. citizen, must show proof of citizenship, and we do that through background checks throughout our hiring process. And once we get those background checks through and they are approved, then we can hire those employees.
What's the biggest lawn you've ever taken care of?
The biggest lawn ever taken care of? Most of the lawns in the Temple Terrace area aren't very big. It's more about looking good. Biggest lawn probably about a quarter of an acre. And we only really charge about, I think it's $35–40 a cut. And we really make our money on the extra things such as pulling your weeds and getting all that taken care of, cleaning out your gutters, trimming your hedges. That's what we make our real money.
Is there a formula how you base what you're going to charge each lawn, or is it based on your experience with how long it would take?
I mean, obviously for bigger lawns, which we don't really have much of, we have to take those things into consideration, but we usually just have a flat rate. I think it's, if I remember correctly, it's like $35, $40 a lawn. And like I said, we make our real money by doing the extras. And if you sign a 12-month contract with our company, you'll actually save a lot of money than you would by getting each cut.
How do you deal with employees that are not working to your standard?
Not working to our standard. Well, like I said, our leadership theory is managing by walking around. So we're always observing and seeing those different behaviors. So when they aren't measuring up to their standards, we go, we take them aside, provide feedback with them, whether it be positive or negative, and we show them ways that they can improve. And if they're not willing to improve and meet those standards, then something obviously needs to be done. But we always provide support, encouragement for them to meet those standards. And one thing that we use in our company is an incentive program called gain sharing, which is where, say, we get so many people to sign a 12-month contract and we've met our goal, then everybody in that group gets a bonus. And so that's an incentive for them to work harder. And also we use a thing called the pre-MAC principle, which is where individual incentives, basically, if they perform a task that is their least favorite, then they'll be able to take a break from that. If they've done it and done it well, take a break from that and do something else. So we don't necessarily have to use financial incentives and cost the company. We can just allow them to do something that they like more than that least favorite task. Anything else? Thank you very much.